Last winter saw incredible hype surrounding the Montana State men's and women's basketball programs as former Bobcat Danny Sprinkle returned home and seemingly had the MSU men on the rise. Meanwhile, Trisha Binford and the Bobcat women were enjoying one of the most incredible seasons in program history. And then came COVID. It shut down the Big Sky Conference tournament, canceled the remainder of the season, and dashed dreams. That moment is still very fresh in the minds of both Binford and Sprinkle, who hope to raise the bar once again at Brick Breeden Fieldhouse this season. Few teams in the country had reason to be more disappointed than Binford's Bobcats, who own the fifth longest winning streak in the country when the novel coronavirus shut hoops down. MSU had won 17 consecutive games, entering its scheduled Big Sky Conference Tournament Championship. And the four teams above them were all ranked in the NCAA top 25.
Obviously, I mean, we're still sitting on the fact that we didn't play in an NCAA tournament last year with one of the best teams in program history to not have the honor or opportunity to play in that championship game. Obviously, we would have had to do our job there and earn our right to play in the NCAA tournament. But I don't think people realize, especially for our particular conference being a one bid moving forward, how hard that is to be that consistent every single day at that level, to be undefeated on the road, have one conference loss in the entire season, and yet you still have to win your tournament to go to the NCAAs when we did so many other things right. Our team was fired up for that game because it's really hard to explain what it feels like in a mid-major to represent your conference in an NCAA tournament.
Fans familiar with the program will have to get used to new faces this winter. Gone are 5 seniors, including last year's conference MVP, Fallon Freegee.
Well, you know, the biggest word to encompass all of those things you just addressed is experience. And there's no doubt we lost tremendous experience. We lost 5 seniors, pretty big pieces in our program. Yet I think this team, you know, when you think of what you have coming back, we have Darian White. And I would put her up there against anybody in this Big Sky Conference as a leader for this team, running the show, balls in her hands. How are we going to continue evolving and developing as a program and taking the next steps?
Danny Sprinkle and the Bobcat men were a game above 500 before they ever got to tip off at the Big Sky Conference tournament. And like Binford, Sprinkle has multiple new faces and their accompanying games to try and incorporate into the system. But in a few short weeks of practice, he likes the developments he's seen.
The guys, they've improved. A lot of the incoming guys, you know, we have 8 new players on our roster. They've all kind of started to grasp a lot of the concepts that we started to teach and try to develop, you know, early, you know, late summer, early in the fall. And you know, they've improved a lot. I think the team chemistry and kind of the way the guys are playing together, you know, offensively and defensively is improved. But obviously we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go.
The Bobcats returned 3 with significant playing experience: Jabril Bello, Amin Adamu, and Devin Kirby. And behind that trio, the goals are clear.
I mean, obviously to get better every day, to improve, but obviously our ultimate goal is to win the Big Sky Championship. And that's not going to change. That's the standard. And we're going to work to that point until we get there. And once we do get there, then you got to keep working to stay there. But that's the goal. I know that's probably the goal of every team, but, you know, we talk about it a lot. And we talk about, you know, why we're doing certain drills, whether we're doing toughness drills or why we're guarding a certain way and doing things a certain way is to get to where these guys say they want to get to and where this program wants to get to.
And stay tuned. We'll have more with both Binford and Sprinkle, talking about some of the Montana athletes on the roster, including Cola Bad Bear, who's expected to take a larger role with the Montana State women. Plus, with Bozeman booming, how much has that been helping in the recruiting battles? Stay tuned to MontanaSports.com for those stories soon. Richie Melby, MTN Sports.